So how did you decide this?
Oh, I don't know. I like wearing white sometimes. It feels very pure.
Is this for me, or how do you decide? Do you have like 20 outfits that you go through and say, I feel like this right now, or do you pick them out the night before and say, this is for tomorrow?
Oh, well, I've just been changing for each interview to, I guess my way of saying thank you to all my fans here in Canada, that I really miss them. And besides the one way I can say thank you, which is just thank you,
Yes.
I just wanted to wear something different for each interview. And I don't know, I was feeling like a white pantsuit might be nice for this occasion.
I appreciate it.
Especially with your Abbey Road shirt.
It's got a
Your
little bit of white in there.
bleeding keys, it's really nice.
So old Gaga, we were just talking about that a little bit. You tweeted the other day that you've had that one in your head for a while.
Yes.
So did you have all the ideas? Were these all your skits? Or did you work with
No,
writers for
no.
SNL?
They have amazing writers there at SNL, and they do like 50 skits a week of the brand new writing every week. And it was just the sort of the one idea that I brought to the table, and I had it in my mind for a while, and the writers helped me bring it to life. They wrote, a script from the ideas, and we just worked together, and I got to do it with Keenan, and I loved doing it. We were laughing and having a great time.
It looked like it was fun. Even the performances looked like it was fun. It looked like, too, like R. Kelly was really trying to perform for you. Like, you could see in his eyes he was really trying to please you.
Yes,
Cool.
He's awesome. He's just an amazing performer, and it's been such a pure, real collaboration. We both really love the song and feel such a, I think, connection with one another over feeling like people write a lot of untrue things about us. And the song Do What You Want is all about being yourself and knowing truly who you are, and knowing that your body's just the vehicle for your work, and that your heart and your mind will always be protected by you.
You just shot a video for it, too?
Yeah.
What, can you say anything? Do you want to keep it?
It's a fantastic video, and it's a little longer than usual. It's
Okay.
we did a little storytelling, me and R. Kelly together, and it's a powerful video. I really love it. It shows me in a very, very raw side as well as him, and then it shows us completely beaming and smiling into the camera as two very passionate performers. And I think it's sort of the juxtaposition of all these worlds and all the different Lady Gagas and R. Kellys that you think coming together through the eyes of Terry Richardson.
Is it going to debut on this Gaga TV on the app? Because I downloaded the Artpop app yesterday, and there's 2 sections that are still locked. So what can you tell? What is Trackstar and Gaga TV?
Well, the app in general, the Artpop app. This is a creative process app. This is an app where we're inviting you to come inside our minds while we're in the middle of building and changing something over the next 5 years. So the app begins with an experience with Petka, as she introduces you to the world of Artpop, and you generate your aura, which is it scans you and the light in the room. It also scans your interests as you choose them on the application, and then you can give them your location if you like, and then you get this aura that's a light source that changes over time depending on how you interact with the app. And then there's Art House, which is a GIF making program, which is going to continue to get upgrades every couple of weeks as we start to see how the fans engage with it, how they're learning how to use it. And then Trackstar is something that will be out in a few months. That is a musical engineering system where you can actually use the stems from the album to make music. And then Gaga TV will be a more interactive way for me to share things with the fans directly through the app. For example, performances or debuting songs, all sorts of things. So the app is really a way for you to just engage in my creative process as me and the House of Gaga go on this app journey together.
Talking about the stems of the songs, I want to know, I'm a bit of a sound geek. Cracks in the speakers on this record that you've created like some sort of crack that you can crack my speakers, or you crack speakers to make sounds?
I can crack your speakers.
Sounds dirty. But how does one crack speakers?
Well, it's really just about playing with frequencies when you're, in the studio, when you're listening to how the instruments bang against the speakers in different ways. With electronic music, you can really ride and gain things in like tons of different ways. And I spent a lot of time, like when I was working on Venus, on making this like really, really gooey bass line that is kind of wrong. But when it sits there in the right spot, it's just the way it smacks against the speakers and the way that it creates this, boom, 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 these sounds. It's just so futuristic and so otherworldly. And so I spent a lot of time experimenting with sonics during, it's a very psychedelic pop record.
You said the live show is going to feel like the album cover looks.
Yes.
How so?
It's going to be explosive and fun and everything that you love about where I began and where I am now. It's going to be a total roller coaster through my life, and then it's going to be a moment, an experience. It'll be a night you'll never forget. My shows always are. I work year round to make sure that we put on the best show we can, and I go out there every night and give it everything I have. So the show will be what it always is, which is my heart and my hands bleeding for you to take.
Knowing that, do you write with the show in mind, knowing there's going to be theatrical elements to the songs?
Sure, always. But I'm a theatrical performer as well, so this is something that has always been a part of my music, and it's been, I think what the definition of art pop really is, and putting art in the front, and this has been something that I've been doing since the beginning of my career. Letting my references really be on my sleeves and showing my adoration for the history of art and the history of music. I like to think of art pop and all of my albums as like little suitcases, so that if something were to explode and we were going to excavate artifacts back in time, if they only went as far back as 2013, I'd want in my album for there to be something from the past that was carried on, things that I think are cool, like Mark Bolan and,
Cool.
Richard Prince.
You wrote the record, you composed it as a piece, you've said. Does that need to happen in the live show? Like, are you going to play it front to back?
I don't know. I really want to, but I'm not sure yet. I mean, we're still putting the live show together, but I love the album start to finish. But there's always a story component to the live show. So once I start to get the story together, I'll figure out if I'm going to keep it in order or not. And by then as well, I might have Act 2 out from the album, and it might be nice to, play both acts on the tour.
See, I've heard Act 2 is a lot more avant-garde. Is this true? And I don't know where this
not
is
necessarily. Because actually in the beginning, I was thinking of sort of splitting the album up into two parts based on, what I thought was more pop and what I thought was more art. But this was during actually the inception of the record, and I wasn't even quite sure what art pop meant yet. I was like, what does this mean? What does this mean? Well, art pop for me means a lot of things, but one of the things that it means is I discovered that we were putting this pop art back onto the commercial mountains. So we were taking this, the soup can art, right, and putting it on the soup can. So we're taking the art of Jeff Koons and we're putting it on the CD. It's the reverse of Warhol. Mm-hmm. And so I was looking at all of this, and then I was listening to the music, and we were working, and then I realized it all had to be a hybrid. And I wrote the lyrics, a hybrid can withstand these things. My heart can beat with bricks and strings. My art pop could mean anything. And what I mean by that is that instead of feeling that I needed to compartmentalize things, I just completely freed up my mind, my image, my spirit, and I said, just make what you want to hear. And it will be a blend of those two things. It will be truly art pop. It will really be a collaboration of those two things, as opposed to keeping them separate. It felt wrong to keep them separate. It felt an injustice to the title.
I gotta let you go, so we do something called 5 questions. 5 quick questions.
Sure.
One word answer. Although I have a 6th because I have a special one for you.
Okay.
Road or studio?
Road or studio? Well, sometimes the studio's on the road. What do I do? I like them both. Next question.
Lennon or McCartney?
Oh.
Everyone gets these same 5 questions.
That's mean. I love Paul, but I actually am a huge Lennon fan. I was a Lennon girl.
When you hear a song, what usually hits you first? Lyrics, melody, or rhythm?
All three at the same time.
Cool. This is a special one for you. If someone's dining at Joanne in NYC, what dish do they order?
Depends what you like. I always get.
What's your favorite?
I always get just Joanne's spaghetti and meatballs because, but I love the eggplant meatballs. They're brand new that my dad just started making. They're delicious.
Dish. Nice. I like that.
I don't know if they're completely veggie. I think it's chicken. It's chicken with eggplant.
Okay.
But it's so delicious. But there are delicious veggie dishes there. My father has a great restaurant. I'm so proud of him. Everybody was trying to tear it down, you know, because I come from like a famous family now. I mean, not my whole life. My family was, you know, not famous at all. But now that, you know, my career's taken off, they really try to target your family. And I'm just so proud of my dad to see his restaurant doing well now. I was like, you can do it. Don't listen to what they say, Dad. You know your food's good.
If someone's never heard Lady Gaga before, what song do they start with?
On Artpop.
It could be.
Oh. Well, I'm going to choose an Artpop song. If you've never heard me before, I would tell them to listen to Do What You Want right now.
New single.
Yeah, because that's why it's out, really. I think it shows such a different side of my songwriting, a different side of my voice, a different type of love song, and a different sort of compassion and dual meaning. You know, I often have these quite like, you know, sort of catchy metaphors, and this one is a catchy metaphor, but it doesn't rely as much on like a concept as it does on a really passionate statement. But you know, in my career, deciding that I'm going to do what I want to do, and not ever let anyone make me feel like I shouldn't be doing what I want to do. That's why I'm the artist and they are the label, or they are the public. That's why you are the artist and they are the public. I want my fans to, through Artpop, feel a tremendous sense of joy and creativity, like they can do anything. Not just because they love themselves, but now that they know that through loving themselves, they were able to withstand the challenges, and now they can celebrate.
In one word, Lady Gaga.
Fearless.
Nice. Thank you.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.